It is a significant accomplishment for celebrity couples to be able to celebrate 19 years of marriage, and an even more rare feat is for them to continue to maintain the same level of warmth, humor, and genuineness that Luke Bryan and his wife, Caroline Boyer Bryan, have displayed since the start of their marriage. Instead of going on a spectacular trip, making an appearance on the red carpet, or having an opulent dinner, the adored country artist and his vivacious, frequently amusing wife celebrated the 19th anniversary of their marriage in a manner that left admirers all over astonished. The couple's choice was something far more genuine and intimate. This celebration took place on December 8, 2025. The decision that the couple made was to remain at home. A restaurant that is not fancy. There will not be a sparkling party. Cameras are not allowed. Only the two of them, dressed in warm clothing, are relishing the sound of an outside fire pit while they drink tea and giggle at how old they have gotten. That was all there was to it. There were flaws in it. It was extraordinarily beautiful in its normalcy. That is precisely the reason it struck a chord. A genuine love story founded on sincerity, authenticity, and levity. While a great number of celebrities go all out with meticulously planned photo shoots or lavish trips to celebrate their anniversary milestones, Luke and Caroline have continued with their usual approach. They have remained authentic. For nearly 2 decades, fans have been enamored with them, not only because they are a country music power couple, but also because of the heartfelt chaos, relatable moments, and uninhibited comedy that they post online. On the day they marked their anniversary, Luke, who is now 49 years old, took to Instagram to post a brief story that read, "This is our anniversary post," thereby disclosing the fact that the pair had decided to spend the day at their own house. His tone conveyed a mixture of pride and amusement, as if he were aware of how surprising this admission would be for admirers who have been keeping up with their story. Caroline sat next to him in a relaxed manner, wearing everyday clothing, and she let out a chuckle as she added her voice to the conversation with the words, "We're old now." The fire was glowing gently in the background behind him. That one statement alone conveyed all of the information. The link that exists between them has evolved from the initial flashes of passion that they felt for each other in the beginning and has become grounded in the routine moments of life, the times of silence, the times of simplicity, and the times when they are able to laugh together without anyone else being present. They had effortless, warm, and unforced body language. Two individuals who had come to the realization that they no longer needed to make a good impression on one another or on the rest of the world. A couple of individuals who desired nothing more than to be in each other's company. Comfortable clothing, tea, and the pleasure of a night in. This low-key anniversary provided this couple, who have had to withstand terrible deaths within their family, career highs, ongoing travel, and the scrutiny of the public, with a welcome opportunity to take a look at how they have changed as a couple. For a duration of 19 years, we are situated very next to the fire. Luke said, "We stayed at home," as he leaned back in a relaxed manner, displaying the satisfaction of a man who has finally been allowed to take it easy. "We aren't even planning to go out to eat for our anniversary. It's just us and the dogs." It was the type of moment that the majority of couples go through every day. A day that passes without any kind of celebration. A night that feels like it is more about comfort than about festivity. However, witnessing Luke Bryan and his wife embrace it with such openness made it feel as though it was a unique moment. The Bryans' admirers, who have witnessed the tremendous heartache that they have experienced, including the upbringing of not only their own children but also those of their deceased relatives, understand that the time spent in tranquility is something that is invaluable. Caroline raised her cup of tea in a small salute to the camera, then added in a scratchy giggle, "I'll drink to that tea of mine. We are no longer young. We are sitting outside and drinking some tea." This was not seen as a symbol of aging for a large number of followers. Rather, it was viewed as an indication of an enduring and profound affection that moves beyond the first excitement of a relationship and develops into something that is consistent, tranquil, and continuously significant. Reasons behind the virality of the anniversary post. The online community responded immediately. The genuineness was much appreciated by the fans. Luke and Caroline are simply being themselves, without the assistance of any makeup artists, stylists, or lighting crew. The comments section on social media was inundated with messages. "This is genuine affection, not anything fake. Everything is encapsulated in the idea of staying home and being warm. After all these years, 19 to be exact, we continue to share a laugh. They serve as the blueprint." This experience feels more like a romantic getaway than an extravagant trip. Nothing more than two individuals who are pleased to be in one another's presence. Caroline and Luke's quiet celebration was a source of comfort at a time in which romances between celebrities are sometimes short-lived or buried beneath scandals. Their anniversary was not centered around glamour. Rather, it was centered around thankfulness. The lesson came in the realization that there are times when the quietest nights are the most romantic ones. The story of how that outdoor fire pit came to be. Before they became famous and wealthy, and before they had to perform in front of large crowds in stadiums, the narrative of Luke and Caroline had already begun. While they were students at Georgia Southern University, they first encountered one another at a pub in the year 1998. Caroline's well-known quote about Luke's charm and smoothness was that she was unsure if he was for real. They got married in the year 2006, after going through a series of breakups and reconciliations, thereby establishing a life that was based on giving each other another opportunity and loving each other without conditions. However, the process has not been without its difficulties. Over the course of time, they suffered through events so horrific that they are beyond comprehension, which resulted in the death of a number of their family members. In order to raise their nieces and nephew, they offered up their house and hearts to them. They had to make their way through the constant touring schedules, the emotional difficulties, and the crazy lifestyle that is the entertainment industry. In spite of everything, their laughter persisted. They continued to make the decision to be with one another. They continued to demonstrate to the public that in order for a marriage to endure, it does not need to be flawless, rather it needed to be based on a partnership. So indeed, after 19 years, sitting outside in comfortable clothing, drinking tea, and having a celebration with dogs at their feet was not only a custom for their anniversary. It represented something else. It demonstrated what true lifespan looks like. During the holiday season, Luke Bryan presents a selection of new music and the spirit of the holidays. Luke Bryan had a busy year, and this calm anniversary celebration marked the conclusion of that year. In 2025, his first ever Christmas extended play, EP, was released. It was titled Luke Bryan Christmas, and it was a holiday-themed production that his fans had been clamoring for many years. His duet with Ella Langley, a country music artist on the rise, is a track that really stands out. The song is a cozy, country-style version of Winter Wonderland. The two voices flow together in a manner that is reminiscent of an era long gone by. The sort of festive tune that you would want to hear as you are decorating a tree or driving through a town that is blanketed in snow. Luke had been hoping to compose music for the holidays for a very long time, and when he finally released the EP, he was able to reveal a different side of himself. One that was both entertaining and reminiscent of the past. As soon as it was released, the project became a popular seasonal favorite due to the way that it wrapped the bells of an orchestra and vintage holiday charm around his characteristic twang. A year full of activity, dates for the American Idol tour. After celebrating the 20th anniversary of his marriage in 2026, Luke Bryan will once again take up the position of judge on American Idol for the 26th season. Continuing his illustrious history as one of the most cherished mentors on the program, the show is scheduled to be broadcast on January 26, 2026. For years, he has been a judge who is beloved by the audience because of his silly charm, his compassion, and his sense of humor, which have helped to create a balance at the table with the other mentors. Luke Bryan does not let up when he is driving on the road, as you might expect. One of the most eagerly awaited country music events of the year is his annual Crash My Playa Beach Festival, which is held in Mexico. Fans make the trip from all over the globe just for the purpose of participating in the event, which is characterized by a combination of tropical sunlight, country anthems, and Bryan's contagious enthusiasm. Additional tour dates and venues will be announced in the near future. guaranteeing that the year 2026 will be another year filled to the brim with performances, travel, and memories that will be cherished for the rest of your life. The strength acquired by the decision to select tranquility above grandeur. It is simple to understand why a couple would consider stillness to be valuable after having lived a life that is filled with major events, such as going to award ceremonies, taking worldwide tours, being interviewed in the spotlight, raising a mixed family, and enduring catastrophes together. Caroline and Luke decided not to go out and celebrate their anniversary because they didn't want to, not because they were being lazy. Boredom was not the reason. There was certainly no shortage of celebration. It was a decision that was made in order to show respect to their marriage in a manner that was consistent with who they have become. A couple who places a higher emphasis on comfort than glamour, presence over spectacle, and authenticity over image. The calm evening that they spent by the fire had a meaning that was much more profound than a reservation for supper could ever hope to achieve. It demonstrated to the entire world the way that love develops over time, the way it becomes gentler, and the way it discovers its own beat after almost 20 years. What lessons can fans take away from Luke and Caroline's anniversary? The lesson that their celebration imparts is a kind one. Luxury is not a prerequisite for love in all circumstances. At times, reducing your pace is a manifestation of love. Love can be a fire pit, teacups, warm clothing, and having a companion by your side, but only sometimes. The Bryans' message to their followers was that the quality of the more intimate experiences they have together, rather than the quantity of their major adventures, is what determines the nature of their relationship. Their anniversary was genuine, even if it was not lavish. The sincerity rendered it to be of great beauty. A marriage that was designed to endure. Fans may anticipate that the connection between Luke Bryan and Caroline will only get more robust as the couple celebrates the 20th anniversary of their marriage. They have experienced a wide range of emotions, including happiness, sadness, and despair, as well as the stages of motherhood and recovery. They have demonstrated to the entire world that marriage does not necessarily come with extravagant gestures. Rather, it comes with the decision to choose each other every single day. Their celebration did not center around the location they had visited on December 8, 2025. The matter was related to the people they were accompanying, and it has always been plenty for both Caroline and Luke.